President Trump is heading to his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey for a 17-day vacation. The trip follows another tumultuous week for his administration. And Ayesha Rascoe, White House correspondent for Reuters, joins me to go through it all. So, Ayesha, General John Kelly is now chief of staff in the White House. Not to be too literal about it, though. Is the general running things like a general? How are people receiving that, if so? And what else do we know about his first week on the job?
Well, that's what we're hearing, that he's really bringing some military discipline to the White House. There are reports, one of my colleagues was reporting that more senior staff is showing up to meetings now, and that if they want to talk to the president, they're going through General Kelly first. So it does look like they are, that he is bringing a change to the White House, which had been obviously described as chaotic. So it does seem like right now he is bringing some order, some discipline. One official said that President Trump now feels like he has less weight on his shoulders. He has more time to study and more time to read up on issues. So it seems like the staff has noticed a change.
So there's a reporting out this week about the National Security Council and a purge list. I don't think they're talking about the company mini fridge. What is this purge list? What might be happening?
Well, it's not clear that there's an actual list. There has definitely been a shakeup on the National Security Council. There have been some key players that have been removed. Some of them may be going to other parts of the administration, but basically there has been a change. There's an idea that maybe that General McMaster is making some changes and maybe getting rid of some people that are maybe closer to Steve Bannon and the more nationalist wing of the White House. So there's a fear among, especially people in the National Security Council, that there may be more changes coming and that more people may be getting the pink slip in coming days.
Could one of the people getting the pink slip be McMaster himself? If he is getting rid of people who are advocates for President Trump's foreign policy, how long can he survive in the job?
Well, right now there is a very concerted effort from kind of this very far right-wing nationalists, kind of people that are very supportive of Steve Bannon, who are coming out swinging against McMaster for making these changes. They feel like he is not supportive of the president's agenda, that he wants to do things that kind of run afoul of what President Trump had promised to do in the campaign. So there are people who are out for McMaster, but there's an idea that with General Kelly now as chief of staff, that McMaster will have someone backing him, and so that he may be in a safer position. But in this White House, you never know.
Robert Mueller, the special counsel, is impaneling a grand jury as part of his investigation into potential collusion or cooperation between the Trump campaign and Russia in the 2016 elections. The White House has done a pretty good job of making this grand jury seem like standard operating procedure, no big deal. Now, that's hard to do when the thing has grand in the very name. Politically, can this be anything but bad for the White House?
Well, it is something that maybe is not totally unusual, but it does show that the investigation is picking up steam. It also shows that, you know, now Mueller's going to have power to subpoena people. It could bring more people in to cooperate. It may, if people are looking at a grand jury, they may be more willing to cooperate. It's also, this grand jury is placed in D.C. So the idea is that the jury may not be that friendly to President Trump. D.C. is not a Republican city. And
with the exception of Congress and the White House.
Exactly. But for the actual voters, they went very heavily for Hillary Clinton. So he could be facing a very tough jury if they do decide to try to bring some type of charges.
And much of what we learn about the Trump White House on a daily basis comes via leaks from people within the White House. Attorney General Sessions came out on Friday and said not only would the leakers be subject to potential prosecution, but he wouldn't rule out the possibility of going after media organizations. Let's take a listen to his comments, and then I'll get your reaction on the other side.
We respect the important role that the press plays and will give them respect, but it is not unlimited. They cannot place lives at risk with impunity. We must balance the press's role with protecting our national security.
So when you hear that, and you presumably have sources in the White House or close to the White House who may be feeding you things that perhaps the public is not supposed to know, does it make you think twice about publishing it?
It doesn't make me think twice. I mean, I think that we at Reuters and at most and basically all mainstream reputable news organizations have processes in place to make sure that we're not publishing things that could put people in danger, that could threaten national security. I don't think that's any journalist idea or something that we would want to do. I do think what the White House is trying to do and what Sessions is trying to do with this statement is to kind of maybe drive a chill, maybe make journalists think twice and think that, you know, maybe the government could be coming after them. But there are regulations in place that make it difficult for the Justice Department to, you know, to go after journalists for their sources. They do have to get permission, and they have to make a case. It's not something that they can just do, and in the past, it hasn't been done very often.
All right, Ayesha Rascoe, White House correspondent for Reuters. Ayesha, thank you very much.
Thank you.